Hello guys, good day. I just want to make a video about talking about a bit about in terms of how to trade stocks with gaps, right? This earnings season, so irrespective of earnings or non-earnings season, there is always stocks which is gapping intraday or in the pre-market. So that's what we want to see, right? So I'm using this software called using this website finviz.com. What we do is go on the screeners. So in terms of trying to find how to trade, what kind of setups you want to trade for gaps. So let's say we want to say trade gap downs, right? So we want to trade stocks which are gapping down. So you see a whole list of 1785 stocks. Now, I mean, if you want to go through all these stocks, it's going to take you forever to actually look at it, right? So we want to put in some criteria to narrow down the kind of stocks we want to trade. So some things we can always do is in terms of volume to see what kind of volume the stocks can do. So average volume over 500,000, 500,000, decent number to look at. We also want to look at relative volume. Relative volume means if the stock is regularly doing say a million shares, maybe now today is doing 3 million shares, right? So relative volume is there. So you always want to take a look at a relatively high relative volume. So something like R vol over 2. It's a good number to look at because you want to see a stock which is generally in play in the sense that there is market participants who want to participate in the movement of the stock, right? So RL over 2 is generally a good number. We also want to look at current volume, which is the volume during the day. Generally over a million or 500,000 is really a good number to look at. So we're still at 44 stocks. Now we want to take a look at, okay, you know what? We have all these stocks on here is being rated based on how the stocks are down, is gapping down. Now it doesn't matter that whether we are looking for the short setup or the long setup. We want to take a look at, now we are looking at all these stocks on here, right? So there's 44 stocks, which you can quickly scan through if you want. Then you can go on intraday time frame, right? So with Finviz, one thing really cool about it is you can go on 5, 15, 30, and daily and so on. So what we do know with day trading is generally the first 30 minutes is a time where there's a lot of amateurs trading in the market in the first 30 minutes, right? The spreads are wide, the amateurs are in, and they want to try to make money quick, right? So the first 30 minutes movement really is, you see a lot of movements by the institutional investors are the one who are really going to make it. The retail investors are the one who are going to get squashed, right? So you don't really want to be the first one to jump in. You want to take a look at in terms of which direction a particular stock is making, and then you want to make a decision of hey, whether the stock is going to make a continuation move or whether it's going to have a reversal move, right? So one really cool thing about this finviz.com is it really breaks down the time, right? 10, 11, 12, 1. So you see all these time frames on here on the intraday time frame basis. So I mean, if you do not have the elite version, let's say if I open up Finviz on new incognito, and let's say I go to finviz.com, right, which is so this is finviz.com, and let's say we don't have access to the lead version. Then you are looking at screener, industry stocks only, average volume over 500, RVOL over 2, current volume over 500, and looking at stocks which is gapping down. Right, so right now you're looking at gapping down, you still see the same amount of stocks, 44, and then you look at charts. I mean, a couple of ways you can do it. I mean, if you don't have access to Finviz Elite, then what you will really have to look at is in terms of, hey, you know what? You take a look at the daily time frames. I mean, this is not an elite version. I didn't even log in. So you're looking at the daily time frame and trying to see, hey, you know what? Which stock has the potential to go, or you want to put in all the punch in all 44 tickers and try to find out the intraday setup. I mean, I personally do you have an elite version, so that's why I use. I think most of you should generally have it. It's a really good tool to have it in intraday version. So you're able to see this, right? Now all you're trying to determine is two things. Number one is the stock has made a move, right? The stock has this, for example, Flex has made a big move up. Now you want to look at in terms of the 10, around the 10 to 10:30 period, right? You want to see in terms of whether is this going to be a continuation pattern, which is going to trend up, or is this is just going to be a blip, which is the stock moves up, now it's trying to go sideways and it probably falls down, right? So if you try to zoom it on a bigger time frame, so look it up on here, 5 minutes. So this is a stock which is on, you look at the daily time frame, it is gapping down. You look at the weekly time frame, massive gap down, right? On here, 21.69%. Monthly, the trend was up, but now the trend is broken. Weekly, it's kind of all distribution phases on here, and on the daily, you see all these numbers. But you're not really concerned on, you're not trading based on daily time frame. You're trading based on the 5 minute time frame, is where on the 15 minutes time frame, right? So what you're trying to see is after this first pop, is this stock gonna go move sideways and then make a continuation move up, or is this gonna stock just pop and go sideways and then drop, right? So I mean, if you have access to the 5 minute time frame, this one can quickly tell you, hey, you know what, this stock went down, sideways, and this can move down. Same thing with this, right? Same thing with LBRDK. First move down, pop back up. I mean, just a trend down. X, same thing, down, sideways, down. FIIs, down, up, and then a flush, right? So this is kind of a really easy to take a look at in terms of gappers. The other thing that you can do is in terms of gap ups, right? You want to take a look at if stocks are gapping up. What do we really want to do? Do we want to trade it on the upside or on the downside? So we have all this information. So we keep everything the same. Now we want to take a look at, is there a continuation move, or is going to be a reversal move, right? So we're looking at stocks gapping up. So we want to take a look at stocks which is higher up. This one there's really nothing to do over here. First push move up. So between 9:30 and 10:30 is when you want to see if there's a continuation. So if you look at all these stocks, I mean, there's really don't see any stock of continuation patterns going on over here, right? So this is one of the ways that I particularly go and try to take a look at the stocks. Something like, say, INTC, it did have a gap up. First move is down, and then it moves sideways, and then another flush down, right? So it went from 54.50 or something down to 53, right? So I mean, I don't even have to go on the daily chart, because my concern really is on the 5 minute chart, is it going to set up? If it sets up the 5 minute chart, then I can manage my trades accordingly based on how it's being doing. For example, in First Solar, you have a move up, double top, short around 81, it kind of flushes down, right back down, right? Amazon, first move down, pop back up, hold under 1600, it comes back to around 1580 level, right? So this is where you can try to trade gaps using Finviz.com, the elite version. I will put a link down below in terms of if you guys want to get access to it. So yeah, if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. Hopefully you guys get to learn something from it.